Hello everyone, my name is MrJEPTHAH, and welcome back to another commentary, retrospective, whatever you want to call it. I haven't really been calling any of these. This time we're looking at MrJEPTHAH and Indiana Jones's Greatest Adventures. Gotta say, this was kind of a fun video for me. I really love the Indiana Jones movies, and by that I mean the original trilogy. Not much beyond that. I actually still have yet to see the one that just came out, Dial of Destiny, but I do not like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I can't actually think of any of the other video games. I think the Infernal Machine, and I've played one other one. Another like 3D one. I can't remember what it is. I think it's the one. Was there one about Atlantis? I played a little bit of them. Not enough to actually like form, a great opinion on them or anything. But I've played them before, once, and I've never gone back to them. But yeah, this video in particular was quite the opportunity for me to talk about Indiana Jones, being one of my favorite franchises. So the reason why I made this video at this point, so my second born was actually going to be born relatively close to the release of this video. And I kind of knew that, like, especially, like, given the time where I was at and everything. And then I had the idea for the Halloween video, which was on the Majora's Masks, or the masks in Majora's Mask. And then I was going to do a Thanksgiving video, and then I had plans for a Christmas video, so I knew I was only, especially with the new baby, I knew I was going to have only so much time, so I wasn't going to be able to do a video on an Indiana Jones game close to when the Great Circle was coming out. That was actually the entire point of this video, was the Great Circle was coming out, and I wanted to... Cash in's probably not the right word, but I wanted to see if I could get in on the hype, I guess. See if I could get a video in that could get in the hype. I should have held on to this video for a little bit and, I don't know, maybe scheduled it to post it in December when the game was going to come out. Anyway, all that to say, that was the entire purpose of this, and I wasn't going to have time to do a video on Indiana Jones later on. Infernal Machine, yeah, okay, that's one that I have played. Anyway, so this is actually the first movie tie-in game. Well, it's not even really a movie tie-in. It's game that's based on a movie, I guess you could say, that I've done on this channel, which I think has kind of become one of my niches, I guess, or one of the things that I kind of lean into. The topics that I lean into are movie tie-in games. I enjoy that. I enjoy movie tie-in games just sometimes out of morbid curiosity, just because, some games can be so bad it's good, kind of a thing. And then you get the movie tie-in games that are actually really good, and the ones that are just absolutely awful. And I have a couple of yeah, and this is, yeah, Batman Begins is one of the best that I've ever played, and Attack of the Clones is one of the worst that I've ever played. So, yeah, I was genuinely excited to play this game. I've actually played this game quite a few times, not all the way through, but I've played through like the first few levels. I don't know how many times, and I never kept going for whatever reason. This video gave me the opportunity to actually finish it. But yeah, no, I've played this game quite a few times, and I always wanted to do a video on it, so now I finally got to do a video on it. And so yeah, here we are. I was pretty excited to do that. Yeah, so that's kind of the context for why this video is coming out now. I would love to do a video on each of those games that were on the screen one of these days. But nevertheless, yeah, so I think this particular game I still really enjoy, even though it frustrated me to no end. But one of the things that I did want to mention is, you know, again, going back to what I've talked about throughout all of the commentaries of this first season, still using iMovie, still looks like garbage, and I apologize for the quality being so low on some of this. Just some things just do not look good to me. I think some of the clips of the movies. So for the movie clips, the way that I forgot exactly how the way iMovie works is you can't really crop the videos, I guess, you know, the ones that are stacked on top of the main timeline video. You can't really crop those. That became a little problematic for me. I want to the background that I have, the green and yellow game button background that I have, I want that to be visible when I'm showing stuff. Like this. I didn't want to have the black lines on the bottom and the top. I wanted to just make it a little more, I don't know, unique, I guess. And it just it was very hard to do it. So what I ended up having to do in order to the only way you can crop stuff on the top layer is you can with iMovie rather is you have to use the green or blue screen filter, and that allows you to crop I guess whatever the green screen or blue screen is or whatever, which I to be fair was helpful sometimes, especially when we get to the Christmas episode, especially where I use a lot more green screen. It was helpful for some aspects in that. It's not very helpful for those movie clips because sometimes you can see in those movie clips you can see a couple of spots here and there of like where the background is seeping into the video. And I played around with it for so long. I was just like, you know what? I'll live with it. It's iMovie. You know, whatever. I don't know if anybody nobody ever said anything to me when I showed them the video. So I don't know if anybody ever caught that or if you're just now finding out about it now. That was just one thing that really annoyed me throughout the making of those. Or at least putting the movie clips in there. Yeah, no. The video itself, I love the some of the firsts. I mean, we talked about the first time I ever reviewed a movie tie-in game. It also kind of helps that way I can talk about movies, because I did a movie review on Transformers a couple of years ago. I really like how that video turned out. I really wanted to make more videos on movies. Unfortunately, because of copyright and stuff like that, that wasn't really gonna work, especially if I was in the process of wanting to make this like a full-time gig. And yeah, no, copyright problems, copyright strikes, I decided not to fight that as much as I possibly could. And I had to fight that a little bit with the Transformers video. And so, yeah, I enjoy that these videos where I'm talking about the games based on the movies actually kind of lead me to talking about the movies themselves. So I get around that. And also, again, I find these movie tie-in games kind of fun. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this game a lot. Even the stuff that is related to the story, which is what I'm talking about there, like, there are so many problems with this game and how it tries to tell the story on an SNES cartridge, and it can't really do that. So in the process of playing the game, I literally got to this screen and I sat there. There was probably 30 seconds of like dead air because I'm sitting there going, why aren't you starting the next level? I just expected it to start the next level. It had an animation, so in my head it was just gonna start. Here's another first. The first time I have a song, I I hope one day this will make it into a compilation of songs that I sing, Christmas songs that I sing, because I hope to in the future have a lot more songs in my videos. I enjoy singing, and especially when I can do it, you know, silly like this. I don't get a lot of other opportunities like that. So anytime I can make a song just sound stupid, and just sort of have fun with it, I'll take that opportunity. I loved that in the Polar Express video. It's one of my favorite moments of season 1 is probably the final song. And I forgot where so I know PBG did like a joke once in one of his videos where he was like, Christmas time. I think it's in one of the Minecraft hardcore videos, where he's singing that song. And so I didn't steal it from him. Technically I stole it from the Peanuts cartoons, but you know, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with that moment. I missed it, but the fire safety for kids joke was one that I was like, it was like a last second addition while I was editing. I was like, wait a minute, you shouldn't be running up a building. And so I added all that fire safety for kids and stuff in post. I love the idea of Tigger and whatever, Officer Hops and Tote just hanging out at a cafe or whatever. I just kind of thought it was funny. I don't know. I mean, it's 3 characters that hop apparently, because that's what he was doing. I thought this was the stupidest thing. I think this is like literally the last thing that I ever played whenever I played this game a couple of times, and I had a hard time getting past him because I was so taken aback by all the jumping. That's not something the character does in the movie, by the way. That's part of the joke. Another first, and a joke that I really like is just sort of this what's the word, travel video kind of thing. Like, here we are in beautiful Cairo, and you see all these things, and you know, I like that joke because I've seen too many of those travel videos, and I just find them hilarious. And did one in Star Wars, and I hope to do some more in the future. I hope it's going to be a recurring gag. I like the gag. Oh, I hate. Oh my goodness, I'm getting PTSD. I hated this part of the game. This is not an exaggeration. It took me forever. It took me forever to get through this bit because I couldn't get the platforming right. I couldn't get, you know. Yeah, so as soon as I got up there and I died, yeah, then 30 minutes after that, but it was like even longer the first time around. This took me like a whole afternoon to get through this level. It was bad. And I try to complete the games that I play for these videos because I want to be objective about everything, you know, in the game. This took me a little bit, and I cheated. I cheated in this game. And I say what you're supposed to do. I don't think you're actually supposed to do this because I was watching videos, gameplay of this, and I just straight up cheated. You're not supposed to roll under the wagon, or maybe you are, or you're just supposed to get on the wagon at some point. I don't know. And I figured it out, and yeah, that was big. That was big for me because it was a level I was really struggling with. This was, I don't know what I was doing with this. Indy just kept getting stuck there. Yeah, the lack of snakes in this game, I gotta say, that was one thing that I was like, why don't you have snakes as some of the enemies? I mean, you had spiders in the first one. There's rats there. I mean, snakes. Snakes. I mean, who was not thinking about that? You're literally just making a little pit. Hated this level too. I hated this level too. I use that thing joke a lot. Not just for videos, but just in life in general. Those birds just Man, so annoying. Why do they have the rocks like that? Why are they dropping rocks on your head? They were, yeah, they weren't in the movie. None of this was in the movie. I did not like this level at all. This was, this was one of the worst.
Now that I've got that off my chest,
I finally got to the end level here. This one took me a couple of tries, I think. But yeah, no, this is actually kind of a fun boss battle, I'm not gonna lie. I think I kind of undersell it in the video, but it is kind of fun just dodging the ghosts and just using the whip and grenade or whatever. It took me a few times, but man, that was actually a fun boss level, not gonna lie. Yes, Temple of Doom. So I love Raiders. I'll talk about my love of the movies. I love Raiders. I have a love-hate relationship with Temple of Doom. I think that some elements are just so corny and stupid. But then after, pretty much as soon as you get to the mines, I think is where I have fun with the movie. I think everything in Shanghai is stupid. I don't like Willie. I make that very evident in this video. I just got a notification on my phone. I should silence you. I love everything when you get to the mines. It's just it's a fun. It ramps up for me. It gets a little more fun then. As soon as Indy discovers the Thuggy Colt, and then things just kind of ramp up. And it gets to be the fun adventure that Raiders was. But most of the beginning, honestly, is kind of boring. And the raft is a really stupid idea. The raft out of a plane is just really stupid, and it is really annoying. And I didn't talk about this in commentary, but yeah, that boulder chase level is awful. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. The rendering of these images is kind of funny. In the game, it's just I want a remaster of this game with save files and save states. But just yeah, I want it 3D animated. Because it is a fun game. It is a good game, and having to pick up the whip every single level is kind of annoying. Having to pick up the grenades every single level, like having to pick up the gun every single level is kind of annoying, but it makes sense. Those rocks, man, those were the hardest part about this game. These levels took me forever. I wish I have it archived, but man, the amount of time that I spent on this game is very much a kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing. I was actually gonna try to pull it up here, see if I can see how long I took. I do regret not putting sound effects for this bit here because I think it worked. It should have had sound effects. I should have had sound effects. The way the recording worked for this video, I was not able to have sound effects. But still, that's not an excuse. So for Indiana Jones, I had, let's say, or the sacred stones, I can't tell. And Indy sends Molaram to meet Kali in hell. After that, he goes back to the village with about 7 hours. I played this game in its entirety for about 7 hours because some levels just had me so stuck, and I'm not good at video games in the first place. So about 7 hours, maybe 8 hours altogether of playing this game. I do love the whole you're supposed to meet this character, but you know you don't actually meet the character. She just kind of pops up, sort of thing. Because it doesn't deviate from the story while still omitting enough. Especially Willie. That's one of the things. Like the story is just so weird in this game. This is another moment where I wish I had the sound effects of the fire going through. It just, yeah, the setup and everything at the moment, as far as getting footage for these games and everything, like, I don't have a good way of getting the sound from the games. So I had to take them from other sources when I did use them. Sound effects and music and whatnot. And that was one of my regrets, was not having sound effects in those places. But that's a thing that can be fixed in the future. Oh my goodness, the swastikas in this game. I think when I started playing The Last Crusade specifically, because there aren't a lot of swastikas in Raiders, I don't think. I think there's like one. There's a giant flag surely at the end. But in Last Crusade, swastikas are everywhere in that movie. And so I was like, are they going to have any in the game? And they just make them X's? Which, it makes sense, but it doesn't if you think about it. Like, it's just kind of weird. It's weird that choice there. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I talk about that. I saw that game over screen way too many times because of how often I died. Again, 7 hours, maybe 7.5, maybe 8. Like, yeah, this was it's a hard game, but it's still a fun game. I actually was literally just playing it not recently, but sometime within the last year, in between me recording this right now and making the video a year ago. I have definitely played this game again within the last year. That is one thing. Yeah, this confuses me even to this day. They're just randomly in Berlin. They don't explain why, because in the movie, which I had watched all the movies before, playing the game again, because I've seen all the movies. I'd seen the movies before. I was just watching them again. The explanation, the reason they were in Berlin was to get Henry's book, the book that has all the information about the Grail, all the clues and all that. And so they had to go to Berlin, literally ran into Hitler, and it was that's kind of a funny part of the movie. And yeah, it's not explained in the game why they were there. They don't talk about the book burning or having to get the book in the first place to, whatever. They're just randomly in Berlin. I get it, you had to have the plane thing, but that was just one of those things where if you played this game without having seen the movies, like, how would you be following this story? It was just kind of one of those things that I was sitting there playing this game just thinking that, like, you've heard of Indiana Jones, here's a game, why don't you play it? And you're just very confused. Oh, man, I hated this part of the game. This took me a long time as well. I want to say maybe took me a good hour to beat this boss battle. Yeah. It's not in the movie at all. It's stupid. I don't like it when games take these kinds of liberties with the movie properties. I get why they have to do it, and I get why in this case, because you have to have a final boss level. Except you don't. I got really lucky with that roll. Bouncing in between his legs like that. I got really lucky, and I was able to beat him because of that. So, yes, I finished the game. I still don't understand. Even the picture has 4 people here. One of them is Indiana. The other one is Henry. But who are the other 2? I mean, I know who the other 2 are. I've seen the movie. But for the people that haven't, yeah. And I was tempted to go back and try normal and hard mode, or at least hard mode. I was like, no, I'll bet you it's not worth it. And I Googled it. Or I didn't Google it. I looked it up on YouTube, and somebody did, the full gameplay on hard. It's literally It's not worth it. I think it's just I think it's just the credits. I literally think, if I remember correctly, it literally is just the credits. There is no point. Absolutely no point.
But probably the most annoying feature of this entire game is the save feature. There is
I got that hat
yeah,
for a
surprise. I mean, it is an
Western
SNES
Day
game. I mean, the
thing.
Game Boy Advance games didn't all have save features.
This is the
There
first
are
time I am
passwords that
using
force
something
all of you
besides
to
a
go
cheese
back
head,
to
I
where you
think.
were, but they'll only send you to
Happens
the
a couple of
beginning of a
times.
location rather
More
than
often
each
than
one of the different
you
levels of
might believe,
feedback
because I
loops,
usually wear the cheese
making
hat.
it
But
very
yeah,
difficult for me to even get through this
I had this
game
fedora.
as I kept getting
I
stopped
think it
and
was supposed
having
to be
to
like
go
a
back where I was like
I think I got it at
20
Party City,
minutes
and it's
ago
supposed to be
and
like
having to
for
go through
like
all
Indiana
that again.
Jones
So,
Explorer
if you want to check this game out,
costumes,
it's
and
probably
I
best to
used it
head
for a
your way
cowboy
and
hat
use some save
for a
points. Those
Western
criticisms
thing I went
aside,
to, like a Western
I still had a lot of fun with this
Valentine's
game.
Day dinner or something.
Platforming is fun the majority of the
Um,
time, as well as fighting
but
enemies. Getting to use your
yeah,
weapons, choosing
I love that
and
hat a lot, actually.
shooting can be
I
tedious
should wear it
and
more
in
often.
parts
It's a costume hat,
but
but
I
like, I
still
mean, it
enjoyed
still
it.
kind of looks
Like
cool.
Super Star Wars, it's not perfect, but it certainly isn't
I
bad.
mean, it works
I
as an Indiana
definitely
Jones hat, that's for
expected
sure.
Indiana Jones and the Great
And yeah, I still
Circle
have
to be
yet
a
to
little
play
bit
Indiana
weaker
Jones in the
game,
Great
but it
Circle. I
still was
really want
enjoyable,
to.
especially if you like
I
some
don't
fun
have
chase
a
sequences and
computer that is
first-person
capable of playing
background
it on a
check.
PC.
Now, if you'll
I
excuse
don't have
me,
an
I do have to
Xbox.
go and watch the original
It might be on other
call
consoles
for
too, but
duty.
I don't have a console that I don't have a PS5. I don't
Hey,
think it's on
Mr.
the Switch
Credibility, you
too,
good?
but
You doing
I don't
good?
have a Switch 2 either. So
That's good. That's good to hear.
yeah,
All
Mr.
right, well,
Credibility. I didn't talk about it, but
thanks for
Mr.
watching.
Peanut Juice
I'll see you
Man,
next time.
and this is another first. When my other random characters are actually
I
interacting with
will
each other.
say
Mr. Peanut
there
Juice
is
Man
one good
interacting
thing
and
about Kingdom
shooting
Crystal Skull.
Mr. Credibility is the first time that I think that I have characters interacting with each other.
That's about it.
Oh, and we also, that was another thing I was going to bring up too, but I was talking about something else at the beginning of the video. That this was also the first time Mahogany World has been mentioned. Mr. Peanut Juice Man is the mayor of Mahogany World. I do plan on using Mahogany World, but that's just that's a thing to remember. Um, for future videos. That's the first mention, I believe, of Mahogany World. It might be the second. I can't really remember. Um, Nevertheless, Mahogany World is a place. Keep it in mind for future reference. And yeah, I haven't done anything with it, but I will. I intend to. Anyway, that is the end. I don't think I have anything more to say in terms of behind the scenes stuff. I don't really remember much of the filming or anything like that. So anyway, thank you for watching. Next time, it is I'm gonna it's the favorite masks in Majora's Mask, the Halloween video. Ooh, cool. And we'll be talking about that next time, and that's a shorter video anyway, so hopefully I'll get that out actually on time when I'm supposed to. Anyway, all that to say, thank you everybody for watching and listening to my stupid voice talk about stupid things.